Hi guys, welcome back to my so-called mom life. I know I'm not usually the face of this channel. I wanted to do an unboxing video for you guys today. We're starting our t-shirt business. Wanted to get started with showing you some of the products that we've purchased. We're going to start this video today by unboxing the heat press that we purchased. So come along with us.
All right, so we decided to go with the Tusy 15x15 heat press. It is a swing away model. In a later video, we will go over why we chose this one. It is a 5-in-1, so it will do t-shirts, hats, cups or mugs, things like that. So for now, we are mostly just going to be using it for t-shirts. So let's get this baby open.
All right, so got the razor knife out. Get it cut open here. And we will start pulling things out, and we will show you guys as we're pulling it out here. Got a
user manual.
Perfect. These appear to be the footings for it. And this looks like it would be the hat press.
Here's the electrical cord.
Perfect.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. If you're opening yours for the first time, this is very exciting. Alright, so this is mug press, it looks like, is in here, as well as the pads for the plate presses are in here. This one here is the actual timer controls. Let's get the styrofoam out of the way. Alright, and then we have the actual clamshell itself, which is the heavy part. Looks like the swing away arm, you get it out of the way here. And we've got our orange mat that is the actual bottom that goes on top of this foam mat that's already there. Then you've got your actual timer here, which is your electronic timer where everything goes in, your different ports. It actually goes on the right hand side of your swing away arm. It actually slides right into a notch there. But now we got to get our power cord plugged in. So before plugging the machine actually in, we wanted to get the feet on. So we're tipping the machine over on its side here, and we're putting in the feet on the bottom. Looks like they just screw in. We do have it plugged in now. We've got the actual lights on the actual machine. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it to off now that we know that that's working. Looks like the top deck or the top plate of the machine itself is port A, which is in the back of this box that we originally showed you. The box that clips onto the side. So we're going to go ahead and get that one positioned in there. So there are some vague instructions that come with it. That owner manual that we showed you before does actually have some slight instructions on how to, what ports go where at least. So I've got A plugged in and turned on. The next one here goes to the actual press. This is timer port, so they label those B and C on the sides here. There's only 2 pins on this one here that's coming out of the top of this press, and there's 2 pins on the top one and 4 pins on the bottom one, so it's pretty easy not to get them confused. That one that comes out of the top of the press actually goes into the top port and then should screw on. So we've got that screwed on there. So now we've got our heat press officially assembled, and we can flip our switch. So let's bring you in a little bit closer to see what we're seeing.
This area here is going to tell you the temperature that you want to set it for which item you're working with. So for t-shirts, the recommended is going to be about 180 to 200. So in order to set this temperature, you hit set and SP comes up. So you just hit up or down depending on what you want it to be. You can press it down and it goes faster. So we're just going to bring it down. And I'll just say set at 200. Now it's going to ask me what time I want. So for sublimation, it's 35 to 45 seconds. So I'm just going to set it in between at 40. And you would hit set again. And now your temperatures are set. It will let me know once my temperature gets down to where I need it to be, so that I can go ahead and start the process. All right, so the temperature is 200 for 40 seconds. That's all set. Now, for the t-shirts, you also want to adjust the pressure, which is this knob. So you know how hard you want to press the image down. That takes a little bit of adjustment and working on, so we will figure that out for ourselves as we go to confirm what level we want it at. For the attachments, you also want different pressures, and so that is something that we will work on. But this is all set, so now we would just swing this away, lay down our t-shirt with our parchment paper over it so that we don't burn the t-shirt. Swing this back over and down. And as you can see, the timer starts. So when it is done, it will beep. And then you just simply open it back up and swing it away. And your t-shirt will be all set. We showed you yesterday the unboxing of this baby. And so now today we are going to show you how to actually use each of the attachments. So yesterday we showed you the t-shirt press and said that the t-shirts range from about 180 to 200 degrees and that you want to let it sit for about 35 to 45 seconds for sublimation. Vinyl was a little bit longer. So we did show you that in the press. And again, this is where you would set your temperature and time. So today I am going to show you the plate, the mug, and the hat. So we are going to start with our plate. The first thing that you have to do is loosen these screws here. I've already loosened both of these, so these are really all set. And what that does is removes this from this here so that we can remove this part. Make sure that this is completely cooled off before you do this because this part gets very hot. So if you just did a t-shirt, you're going to want to let this cool 100% before you remove this to do your plates or anything else. So you just slide this out, and it is still attached, but you can detach it if you need to. And you just set that off to the side over here. Now we leave our foam on here, and this is still raised. Now we are going to attach our plate. Once you've removed your plate piece, you're going to take this, and there are some holes on the bottom part of the arm. So what you're going to do is look for the larger holes and put your screws directly up through those, and then you kind of move it into a zigzag pattern to catch the smaller holes, and then that stays in place right there. There's also a smaller version that you would do the exact same thing with if you were making a smaller plate. But for the demonstration, we'll just use this size plate. Once you have that in place, you just want to tighten it. And I'm just using a regular Phillips head screwdriver. Okay, so that's nice and sturdy. Now in order to attach it, if you remember from yesterday, we have these two different prongs. We have a 2-prong and a 4-prong. They're going to go into the side here. So you really can't mess this up because one only has 2, one has 4. So you just connect the 4 to the 4 and the 2 to the 2. Knit here until it's tight. So then I will do the same with the actual arm here. There's a little groove on the side of this that slides in, and then you tighten this part here once it's slid in. You want to make sure your wires are both over to the side, and then you can just put this right back on here. Again, there's a little groove that it goes into. And for our plate, I don't actually have a blank plate to use, so we're just going to show you a demo plate here. But you would make sure this is all the way up like this. Slide your plate underneath. And you would obviously have your transfer here. You would want some heat resistant tape on it to make sure it doesn't move before you do this. And you want to position it so that this is right over your design that you want to transfer to the plate. All right, so we're going to go ahead and turn this on. Now, before you start this, you're going to want to make sure that your pressure is right. For a plate, you want it to be firm pressure. So you can just turn this until it feels where you would like it. Your temperatures you're going to want to be about 400 degrees. For the demo, I'm just going to set it to a low temp so that way we can show you. And then I'm just going to set 5 seconds just to show you the demo. And set. All right. And so this being all the way up, temperature and time is set. So once you have everything set, you're going to push this all the way down until it goes, and you'll see the time here ticks down. It beeps when it's ready. You'll lift this all the way up, and you can swing this away, which there's a little knob here in the back that I'm going to show you when I turn this, that actually will release this and allow it to swing, or you can tighten it to stay in place when you are actually doing your pressing. So you're going to want to swing it away, and then you can tighten it back up so it stays away. Take your plate out, and you would have this pressed. Be careful, however, if you're actually doing the plate, it will be extremely hot, so you're going to want oven mitts or a way to move this off of your pressing surface onto a surface to cool. So that is the plate. While our press is cooling off from the plate, we're going to go ahead and show you how to do the mugs. Now the mug is actually a separate component from the press itself, so you don't actually attach it to the plate press. You only need the timer and temperature gauge to attach to the mug. So we're going to go ahead and attach that now. So as you can see, again, there are two cords here. One is a 2, one is a 4, and they go into the side just like everything else. Again, the 4 will go into the 4. Look for that groove. It slides in and you tighten it down. Tighten it down. And the 2, same thing. Just have to find that groove and then tighten it down. There we go. Okay. So this kind of just sits off to the side when you're using the mug press. So the mug press itself uses 11-ounce cups. I unfortunately could not find an 11-ounce, so I have a 15-ounce. This would be your design. You would have your transfer paper here. It would be taped. You want the handle of your mug up, and you're just going to slide that in like so. Now this right here, this knob is your pressure. So if you had a smaller teacup, let's say, you would probably want this to be a little bit tighter. If it is the 11-ounce, then you might want it to be a little looser so that when you actually do the press, it completely locks into place. Again, this is a 15-ounce, so it will not lock for me. But this little clip right there is actually where it tells it that it's ready to start heating. So once you have this in place, you would go ahead and turn this on. Again, it will come up. You would want to set your temperature. For a mug, it's going to be between 300 and 400 degrees, and you want it to be in there for about 4 to 5 minutes. So again, just for our purposes, we're going to leave the setting alone. This would go on 5 seconds, it would beep and it would be all done. Then you would move this all the way back down, and this may be hot, so use again a oven mitt or something to protect your hands with. You would simply take this out, and this would be your design. You would set that off to cool, and that would be all done. So for our final demonstration, we will show you how to do the hat. So in order to do that, you need to remove your bottom plate altogether. It slides out. There are grooves on the bottom here, and you're just going to set that off to the side. Again, making sure this is completely cool before you touch it, because that also does get hot. So as you can see here, there are grooves. We are going to use the middle groove here. This is the bottom portion, and that slides in all the way to the back. Just like that. We need to remove the plate. So we are just going to loosen the screws that are in there. Just a little bit. You don't need to loosen them a lot. Make sure that you loosen. And then you can just, again, move those to the back. I've already unplugged it, so we can set that off to the side. Again, making sure this is completely cooled before you remove it. It is hot it is still warm to the touch even after about 20 minutes. All right. So then you are going to move this into its spot. These screws line up again at the bottom. All right, so we don't have a hat to show, but it would go here. Your design that you want on the actual hat, you would put the hat here. And then you are going to use the middle track, and you're going to slide this all the way to the back. Okay. Then you're going to move this over, and then make sure that where your design is, you have it taped and that it hasn't moved before you put your press down. For a hat, you are going to want medium pressure for about 305 degrees, 5 to 10 minutes. So we would again turn this on. This would be connected. I'm not connecting it just because I'm going to change this out quickly, but this would be connected again to the 4-prong spot, and this would be connected to the 2-prong spot. You would bring this down over your hat, all the way down, and this would count down. It would beep when it was done. You would lift it back up, swing this away, and remove your hat. Let this cool completely and remove this. Set it to the side, and then you can put your plate back on so you can begin your next project. All right, so I am so excited for this adventure to start. I have been wanting a t-shirt business since I was about 15, so it's 15 years in the making here. So our first part of our t-shirt business is unboxed. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this. If so, please subscribe, like, and share this video. Feel free to leave a comment below if you have a t-shirt business, what you use, what heat press you prefer, and anything else that you would love to share with us. We'd love to hear. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day.